You were suddenly not centered. Dun 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 dun. There we
I'm
go.
helping by moving. I'm helping by moving.
There we go. Hello, folks.
Hello.
So this is a little bit of an impromptu pre-recording for my pre-launch of Sail the Oceans Queer, which is coming out on BackerKit tomorrow. Because I have to do this the day before because I'll be in the air when things happen. But anyway, I have with me the lovely Michelle. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. I am Michelle. My pronouns are she, her, and I am an actor, singer, and TTRPG actual play performer, and a staff member over at Euphoria Actual Plays.
And Michelle was very, very wonderful and was in a sadly lost pre-recording of us running playing Sail the Oceans Queer. So instead, she very kindly offered to do this.
Tragically, that recording was taken by the
Mhm.
internet pirates and is lost,
Mhm.
and it's been drowned to the bottom of the internet sea by them. But I had a super fun time playing the game with you, and when we found out it was lost, I said, "Well, why don't we just record a little chat and we can talk about why it's so great?" Because I really
Yeah,
did enjoy it, and I was sad that that recording was lost because it was so much fun.
it was. I'm very, very sad because it was so ridiculous and over the top. And I've pulled elements from the game into what I'm doing for the finished version of the game. So people will see things like Jerry the Seagull.
Oh, Jerry the seagull, our boy! I'm so glad he
Our
lives on,
boy. He
and
does indeed live on.
and other games will get to know the joys of Jerry. That's great.
Exactly.
Well, that's it. We just have to make sure that this crowdfunder goes really well, so that loads more new games of this game can happen, and that it would be so sad that ours wasn't recorded.
Exactly. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about the game and mechanics and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So the way the game uses something called Caltrop Core, which uses, if you couldn't guess it, D4s because they
Mhm.
are caltrops.
Yes, they are. Where's my D4? My
I
pointy
have a
metal one.
bunch.
There we go. My danger
I
D4. There he
have
is.
this one right
I love
here.
that one. That was beautiful.
I also use dreidels as D4s. Fun fact.
That's
Because
amazing.
they're so much fun. They're 4 sides.
That's such a good point. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
and I have them, so why not? But anyway, yeah, so it uses, the Caltrop core system, and it, has varying degrees of failure and success with that, and, beyond that, you are gay magical pirates. And it's a fun vibe.
It's such a fun vibe. I'd never tried like a Caltrop core based game
Mhm.
before. I really liked how easy to pick up it was.
Mhm.
I feel like it would be really good like for any like a complete beginner to TTRPGs or myself who's played a lot, but for whatever reasons never played a
Yeah.
D4 based system. I like how it's kind of just a pretty simple dice pool. It's very easy to keep
Mhm.
track of. It's just how many D4s do I roll and what's the best result. That's it. It's nice
Yeah.
and simple, which I really like.
Yeah, and the thing with Caltrop Core is that you can be as expansive or narrow as you want. Like
Mhm.
you could create a game that is literally just one roll table and that's it, or you can have a significant amount more, which is what I have.
Mhm.
So we have swashbuckling, heart, and oh gosh, I'm forgetting all of my different moves. Magic.
Magic. Magic, of course, because you can't be a gay pirate unless you're a gay magical pirate, obviously.
Exactly. Yeah, so you have these 4 different moves that you're able to do, and for example, swashbuckling will be anything that you are doing physically active, things like that. Magic, you have a magical focus as well as a background that affects your rolls, but your magic, your personal magic, is flavored by whatever it is you want it to be. So I have 6 that are pre-written,
Mhm.
but I also write in there, I include that if you want to create your own, you certainly can, and you just have to assign a stat to it. So one of the examples, thinking about Jerry, is that the artist for the game, FaelDraws, the lovely Fail, she played a character who was animal hearted, and so she could talk to the seagulls, and she was asking for help from this seagull named Jerry, and she had rolled, I believe it was a mixed success to get
Yeah.
him to help.
So he was helping, but he then followed us around for the rest of the game demanding
Yep.
bread. Yeah.
Mhm. He also knocked over the cabbage cart.
He did! The cabbage man was gutted, yeah.
Yes, he was.
We knew that Chekhov's cabbage cart could not stay upright. We just didn't know how it was gonna get toppled over.
Mhm.
I love the magical focuses, by the way.
Mm.
When I was making my character, and I think everyone in our game was like, "I don't know which one to pick." I love them all so much.
Yeah.
If there's like a metal craft, smith craft, the metal one.
Mhm.
There's plant speaker, there's the storyteller one, which I
Mhm.
love. The
And
idea
I'm
that you
going to be
can
renaming though,
Are
because
you?
well, the thing is that I call myself a storyteller as a GM, and if you remember, there
Mm.
was that confusion of me calling her by her, magical focus type and not realizing that I was talking to her.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, so I'll be
Um,
shifting the name of that one a little bit.
that's great. I love the, playing it, kind of revisiting it
Mhm.
after it's been out, sort of written for a while, and you found those little tweaks that you wanna make to it.
Yeah,
Um
and, the thing is that it's, like, I think 2 years old at this point.
mm.
Like, it's been a while since I wrote it, and so, while I know my games, I know that I've written them, I know the mechanics, if you haven't played them for a while, you kind of forget those details.
Yeah, what kind of, brought you to first make the game?
Yeah, so it was part of a game jam,
Okay.
and I can look up what the game jam was, but I remember that it had to do with being queer and magic. I think that's what it was, and so I was just like, "Gay magical pirates."
I mean, it definitely fits the brief. We were very gay and very
Yeah.
magical. So,
Yep.
yeah.
But yeah, so I really like the idea of it not just being pirates, but having that magical whimsy to it as well.
Yeah.
And in my games, I always love to try writing to new systems, new SRDs, or making my own. Um, so I wanted to experiment with Caltrop Core, and I thought this was the perfect one to do that with.
Mhm. Well, I think it works really great. I feel like it's simple enough to pick up the rules
Hmm.
very quickly, but there's enough in there to keep it exciting and, like, have lots of
Yeah.
different moves and things you can do. And I
Hmm.
also think there's, like, a lot of space for role play in here, which I always look for because I
Yeah.
do actual play, so I I
Hmm.
wanna do a lot of role playing and character stuff. And, I really feel like there's a lot in here. Even, like, I think I eventually picked the dancer magical focus, but I
Yeah,
didn't
that's right.
actually make my character literally a dancer. I
Mm-mm.
just interpreted it as, like, she was very elegant in her movements, and that allowed her
Mhm.
to kind of do magic. So I love
Yeah.
that it has that space for interpretation and, like, adding your own characterizations on top of what you
Yeah.
put there.
Exactly, yeah, you're able to do a twist on it. It's not this, rigid form of, "These are the things that you have to do if you pick this class or this whatever the thing might be." You can read between the lines and interpret it however you want.
100%. I think that's true of the backgrounds you've written as well. They're very much
Mhm.
like a prompt to inspire your character. It's not
Yeah.
a very, like, prescriptive, "This is who you have to be." It's like, "Here's
Mhm.
who you could be. Have fun, make it gay," which I love.
Yep.
So, what made you want to, like, revisit this game after 2 years?
So, one of the things that I've been doing the past year is I've been improving on old games of mine that I think don't quite reach my level of perfectionism that I have now on my games. And Sail the Ocean's Queer is definitely one that, um, of the time that I did the layout and all of that, it was good, it was fine. Like, I paid for stock art that I was able to find and things like that, but I really wanted to let it breathe and be its own game, and for that, I wanted, to have custom artwork done for it, and, I knew that I wanted Fail to work on this, and I'm so happy. So I have one of the
Oh my gosh, you
prints.
have it, yes.
Yes.
Look
So
at that art.
I literally messaged her. I had woken up from a dream of the cover, and I was messaging her bleary-eyed in the dark saying, "Fail, I need a Harlequin romance cover. I need it to be so gay." I was giving her this full description, and she yes anded and said, "What if they did the Spider-Man kiss pose?"
That's how you know you found the right artist when they say, "What if the
Mhm.
Spider-Man kiss?"
Yep.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful artwork. It fits the
Mm,
vibe of the game so well. Fail knocked it out of the park. I love it. I can't wait to see more of it. I'm so excited.
yeah, she's going to have the stickers to me soon. I'm very, very stoked about
Stickers!
it. Yes.
Stickers, yay!
Yeah, and, one of the things that I do want to highlight about the cover because, she did this without me even asking, and I literally started crying when I saw it, is that this guy up here, he has top surgery scars.
Oh, he does!
Yeah, and you're really able to see it when you look at the printed version of it,
Yeah.
and, like, I'm tearing up a little bit now, like, it makes me so happy that we're on such the same wavelength that she immediately did that without me even asking.
Yeah, because if we're gonna tell a queer story, that means all different types of queer people and, like, an
Exactly.
inclusive queer magical world being created. I love
Yeah.
that that's gonna be reflected in the artwork.
Mhm.
Because even, like, the stock art that you picked up was lovely, but I can't wait to
Mhm.
see, like, a really cohesive, beautiful, sort of art story throughout. Um,
Yeah.
so the art's getting redone. Jerry the
Mhm.
Seagull's getting added. Is there anything else that you're gonna be expanding upon?
Yeah, so one of the things about the game well, first of all, other artwork, Alderdoodle did the complete redesign of the character sheets, and they are
Oh,
gorgeous. I'm so happy. Like, I don't know if Ramona did this intentionally, but the way like the page is torn, like the drawing, it makes it look like an anchor.
yes, it
And
does, 'cause the shape
yeah,
of it, yeah.
yeah, and I need to ask her if that was intentional or not. If it wasn't, like, amazing. But, there's, just such a level of detail there that I really love, and I always love working with her. She's done a bunch of stuff, for my games.
Mhm.
Um, so there's that, and then I'm also expanding on, some of the roll tables. So the way it is at present on Itch is that it has the swashbuckling, the magic, the heart tables, and then I think that there might be one other table, but that's it. There's no locations, there are no enemies, so on and so forth. So
Mhm.
I'm doing roll tables for NPCs, for enemies, for monsters, for taverns, for like locations out on the sea. I'm doing a whole bunch of other expansive things for the world.
I love that, and I love that I already know they're gonna be, like, such lovely prompts for imagination.
Mhm.
I love the idea of a roll table for taverns, like, there's not one generic
Yeah.
pirate tavern, we have a table of exciting taverns for you to
Yeah.
visit, that's great.
Yeah, and one of the really fun things for me, so I did a writing stream a couple weeks ago for this, and so I was working on the NPCs, the enemies, and then like general pirates. And I was going through and learning about all of the different sexualities and stuff because I was just like, I wanted to make sure that I listed all of the sexualities that I possibly could, and I was just, like, mind blown about, just how many there were, because I was just like, "Yes, please, give me all of them. I will collect them all and put them into my game."
I love that, like, the queer community is at a point where we're just like, "There's so many of us, and we have so many different
Yeah.
nuances to our identities," and I love that you're, like, trying to
Mhm.
include that nuance in the game. I think that's so wonderful.
Yep.
Um, I just, like I grew up playing, like, the Monkey Island games,
I don't know
watching
that.
Oh, they're great. They're these point and click adventure games, like, The Secret of
Okay.
Monkey Island was the first one, and they are comedic pirate adventures.
Okay.
And I'm sure plenty of people watching will know about Monkey Island. They're so fun, and they weren't super queer. I mean, they were made like I don't want to give my age away, but they were made a while ago. But they had that kind of fun, whimsical approach to the concept of piracy and maybe being a little bit of an inept pirate. And and maybe pirates aren't always like super competent, but they're also like underdogs trying to figure things out, which I think there's a lot of room for in this game. But I think there's also room for like the Pirates of the Caribbean, like cool action hero moment, if that's what you want. I think there's
Yeah, or
moments there's like
going our flag means death.
I was gonna
Or
say you could
yeah.
have your like tragic romance, our flag means death vibes. Like I think
Mhm.
there's so much like kind of fun piratical media over the last few decades you could take
Oh,
inspiration from,
absolutely.
while creating something that's really like really queer and really ours. I think it's so exciting.
Mhm. Yeah, and I realized that I do a lot with the gay pirates. Because, for the pride scene that Girls Write These Worlds did, I did, the Rainbow Revenge, the pirate ship, with a whole bunch of NPCs and things like that, and I've also run some gay pirate stuff from, like, Awfully Queer Heroes. I just really love gay pirates, y'all.
You know, I love them too. I think that
Mhm.
there's something about like the perhaps not necessarily always the most realistic, but like the fantastical version of pirates that
Yeah.
exists in our common cultural understanding has something
Mhm.
inherently queer and subversive to it. You know, it's
Yeah.
people going out on the high seas to carve their own life and leaving the rules of,
Mhm.
of society behind. And I think that lends itself so magically to like super gay adventures. So I
Yeah.
can see why it's a theme you like come back to.
Yeah. Well, and like, I will preface this with saying I am not a historian by any means. This is all coming from the vague things that I'm remembering. I don't remember names or anything like that. But like, there was this female pirate who would, go out on the seas, and she would board ships and kill people, and she would rip off her shirt and expose her chest to be like, haha, you're being killed by a woman.
Okay, I don't know that story. I love her.
I
What
don't
what a
remember who
queen.
it is, but yeah. And like one of the most famous female pirates is like this famous Chinese woman, and I'm not recalling her name right now, of course. You know me, names are notoriously the worst thing for me. I'm so forgetful. But she was infamous and feared in
I
her
love that.
time.
Yeah, I bet she was a badass lady
Mhm.
pirate sailing the seas. Yeah, it's so
I don't mean
exciting.
to
It's
alarm
so great.
anybody,
So did
but
you
I
say was
think
it tomorrow?
we're
Is
being
it
I'm looking up the
followed.
name. Uh, I'm going to, my apologies, probably say this very incorrectly, Zheng Yi Sao.
Ah, okay.
And she was born in 1775, but she was a very, very famous pirate leader. So
Okay. I'm gonna look this up
I'll
and
let
read
you
about her
know.
later. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I wanna read stories about this woman.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, you said it's going live tomorrow, right?
Yes, so this is going to be airing on the 12th on Wednesday. And so on the 13th, on Thursday, so I'm going to be over the Atlantic Ocean, which feels kind of very appropriate
Of course.
when things go live. But it's BackerKit's Pocketopia event. And so it's 10 a.m. California time for everyone. There's like 50 some odd of us who are participating. It's a huge thing. And the idea of Pocketopia is that they're all small projects, small games that you can fit in your pocket.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's perfect for this. I feel like, you know,
Yeah.
it's a small game, but it's like a deceptively small. It's a TARDIS. That's another nerd reference. It's not very piratey,
Yeah.
but you know, you know, it's like it's and I know it's gonna be more to it than what we played because we
Hmm.
played the version that's on itch, but like it's
Yeah.
little, but there's a whole
Hmm.
exciting world inside that little book. It's gonna
Exactly.
be so great. And I think you're very wise to be on a plane when it goes live actually, because it will stop you doing the like frantic refreshing the page every 10 seconds, which
So
comes
instead,
naturally.
I'm going to have my friends DMing me specifically on Instagram because that is the one that I'm able to get on Wi-Fi for some reason.
So you can frantically refresh Instagram instead. Yeah, great.
Exactly. Oh, and one thing that I do want to mention is one of the things that Pocketopia is doing is cross collaborations. And so we're all paired up with other creators. And so if you back my project and I don't know how to pronounce it, but Duat, Duat, it's going to be linked in the BackerKit page. But if you back both of our projects, we have a special, and this is something that you don't know about actually. We have a special coin that we're each going to be doing for our projects. That if you back both of them, you get this special coin that has a mechanic in the game.
Oh my gosh!
So
That's
I'm
so
doing a little bit of a
cool!
luck coin element with my game as well now.
I love that. Oh, that's so perfect. Like the trying your luck, the like treasure on the high seas, like finding a
Hmm.
coin. I'm like I didn't know about this. I'm so excited. That's so cool. I like the paired thing. I like that you're like collaborating. That's
Yeah.
that's so
Yeah,
good.
and it's a really big thing because the idea of this entire project is that they want, of course, they always want everyone to succeed, but they really want to pull all of us up and get all of us to succeed in this project because it's only 3 weeks that the crowdfunding campaign is live, something like that. And so we all are like, we have these small games, small projects. So hypothetically, smaller budgets. I have no idea what everyone else's price points are, of course.
Mhm.
But, for me personally, I'm raising the money to pay fail.
Yeah.
None of the budget of what I have on the crowdfunding campaign is going to me. It's all going to the artists.
Pay yourself some money with the extra. I have no skin in this
Yeah.
race. I have nothing to do with the making of this game. I just think it's really cool, and I think that everyone has to
Mhm.
back it and back it above the goal because Anya, you should pay yourself. It's great. You should pay yourself for this cool game you made.
I want to do everything that I can to support my friends and to support artists because it's so important for us to support real human artists for
You are so right about that.
everything.
That is
So,
extremely true. I am very glad that you are like making sure to pay everyone who's contributing and like paying them for
mhm.
their expertise and their time. And the art's so good.
It
Why
is.
would you ever use automated generated art when there's stuff like that print you held up being created by humans in
Ugh,
the wild? Look at it. Look at
you
it.
cannot generate this.
You can't. You can't.
It's so
So
pretty.
a print's gonna be like a potential reward.
Yeah, so the first 48 hours, people who back early in Pocketopia will get signed versions of the prints.
Ooh.
And then anyone, there are also postcard versions available as add-ons to
Mhm.
it. And then also so I'm going to 8 conventions this year,
You
most
don't
of
need to
them in the
sleep.
spring.
You can sleep when you're dead, right?
I just paid for LuxCon in Luxembourg,
Oh
okay?
my gosh.
But let me grab them. Yeah. I know that I have more over here. Eh, everything's all over the place. But hang on, there's extra copies there. I feel like Dimitri in Anastasia. No, those are but, so I have so many games that are also going to be, available as add-ons. These are all, like, past games that I've done. So Mountaintop Isolation is a psychological horror game. This uses the Wretched and Alone system. Tea and Toadstools, which was my first backer project. It was on Crowdfunder. So this one, the artwork is by the lovely Ghost Candle, and this one is you are a grumpy hedgehog trying to avoid your neighbors, and they're all bothering you. This uses
A
the Carta
hedgehog.
system.
The hedgehog
And
art
then
is so cute.
this one, so this is paid stock art, but I saw the mermaids and they're non-traditional mermaids, and I just fell in love.
It's
And
beautiful.
so the Siren's Calling uses the major arcana of tarot, and you go through discovering and going on your journey as a mermaid, leaving your home reef, and you're telling the story of your mermaid and where they go and what they do. And
Gosh,
this
more
has
nautical adventures. I love it.
yeah, and so I thought this would be perfect to also print as an add-on because this one did not require very many changes to get it
Ooh.
printed. So I wasn't I didn't need to do a crowdfunder for this one because it's all pretty and all ready. And then I do also have
Hang on a minute. I recognize that book. Hang on a minute. I have it right
you
here.
have a different version of it though, see mine's shiny.
Oh,
This
yours is
one has a
shiny.
little bit of a linen texture to it.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Um,
that's pretty.
This is what was supposed to arrive before the conventions. It arrived 2 months later.
Hey, I love
But
my copy, but that does look very beautiful.
yeah. But yeah, so Mysteries in New Fair, this is a 5-part, 5 different assignments that I've written for Candela Obscura, including my Copper bestseller. And I'm just going to go ahead and throw this out here. The Carnival of Dreams is going to be, I really want it to be nominated for the Crit Awards. It was published in March last year, and so it is possible for it to be nominated. And also, Michelle was in the series that I did, the Candela Obscura series, that I would absolutely love for it to be nominated for Best Series. And also, I have put my hat in the ring as a Darrington Press GM for Best GM. So
I mean,
anyway,
you are the queen of Candela. Like, that would be a very wise nomination to make. And this one, I do have skin in the game. Nominated for best series. I'm in it. It was great. I was there.
yeah.
Fantastic. You more than deserve some credit nominations for all the
Thank
incredible work you've done the
you.
past year, Anya. Like, so exciting. I love
Thank
it.
you.
And
Um,
any one of those would be a great add-on to get with this new
yeah,
game.
yeah, all of that to say, all of these are available as add-ons, and the others that I can't reach, like Apothecare's Apprentice is also available, and
Mhm.
there are going to be stickers and postcards and all different kinds of things. So yeah,
It's also exciting. I'm really
yeah,
excited for you.
thank
I'm
you.
like, again, no skin in this game. I just think the game's really cool, and I'm really thrilled that you invited me to have a go at playing it. I'm
Hmm.
sad the recording's lost, but I'm glad that it gave you some ideas for things to put in this new and expanded version. And I'm
Hmm.
excited for people to see it and to fund it.
Yep. I'm really excited about it as well. And thank you so much again for sitting down to chat with me and all of that. Like,
Thank you for putting on this terrific costume just to talk to little old me. I was like,
listen, I'm a
Anya came on the
cosplayer.
call. Anya came on the call, and I was like, I just put on a blue shirt because the sea is blue. And you're like, hi, here's my full pirate costume.
It's literally like a funeral howl, fancy fashion longa Hasagawa from Skate the Infinity, and then this is actually my pirate hat from Avantika from Critical Role.
This is my denim shirt from one day I was out in spring and I was too cold and I needed to buy something
Uh-huh.
to put over my t-shirt. So that is that's what I'm rocking today.
Oh, but anyway, yeah, thank you again so very much. I greatly appreciate you coming on and chatting with me about this game.
It was fun. I could talk about it for ages. Thank you again for inviting me to play it. I loved it.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you want to tell people where they can find you?
Yeah, so once again, I am Michelle Kelly. You can find me at Michellecopter on various socials. Pick your favorite, see if I'm there. I might be.
Okay, well, I will probably be going live after this recording, so I will see y'all in a second. We'll find out. Bye.
Bye.
Hi! Consistency is key, right? I'm once again wearing the costume that I was wearing for that pre-recording. Thank you everyone for coming to the stream. So I need to make one slight change because this is no longer a rerun. There we go. Hi! Let me have some water. Mm. Yeah, so yep, my closed captions did indeed say hello, my little wet baby. Yeah, so I gave the dogs a bath, and so um if the closed captions just do not exist anymore, there they are. Yes, I called Rosie my little wet baby. We ignore this. Anyway, hello. Yeah, so sadly, the pre-recording of the actual play that I was going to be streaming tonight was lost. The audio was completely destroyed and glitching. So Michelle was very nice, and as soon as I said, "Hey, it's gone. It's not salvageable," she said, "Are you free tonight? Do you want to hop on a call and talk about it?" And so that's what we did. She was very, very nice to do that. I greatly appreciate her. And yeah, so Sail the Oceans Queer is going to be going live on BackerKit as of like 24 hours from now. So I'm super excited about it. It's a really lovely game that I'm really glad I'm revisiting because there's so many things that I do really love about it, and there are things that I am excited to build on and improve as well. So I'm really looking forward to it. Let me know if you have any questions about the game, about the system. I also have my Word document up so I can keep writing roll tables. If anyone would be interested in a writing stream, I can definitely do that. So uh, just say the word. Yeah, so Pocketopia, I talked about it a little bit. There are around 50 of us who are participating, and there's all different kinds. There are board games, there are TTRPGs, and it's all just like a really fun mix of like there's horror games, there's Sail Ocean Square, there are 100 Acre Woods, Winnie the Pooh style game. There are all different kinds of things, and so there's something for everyone in Pocketopia, which I think is really neat. Um, but yes, and I'm gonna go ahead and really quickly pop that Get Pirates tab again. So that's the information. If you click on that link to the BackerKit and click the button to get notified on launch, they all launch automatically at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So luckily, I don't have to be online for that because that's a little bit tough on an airplane. But yeah, so. And my apologies if you can hear snoring doggos. They are literally directly underneath my chair. So anyway, I think that I'm going to do a little bit of writing. This probably won't go to the full 2 hours that I had allotted it, but I will write for a little while. And as always with these kinds of things, you're always more than welcome to chime in if you have any suggestions or ideas. I always love collaborating with folks. So let me go ahead and switch over. Let me make sure that this is on the correct section. I can show off a little bit of what I've done already. Let's go ahead and switcheroo. There we go. Okay, good. And everything is still working. Yeah, so we talked about the taverns a little bit in the stream with Michelle. So the Glittering Maw is from the actual play that I had run that didn't work out, that I had run for her and Fail and a couple of other people. And it's just this really fun space that is half made out of the hull of a ship and then half made of the powerful jaws of this not non-specific giant sea monster. And I have a couple of NPCs for each of these taverns. Hello, Wizard Styles. How are you doing? I'm talking about Sail Ocean's Queer, which is my new, well, renewal of an old TTRPG of mine that I am improving, and it's going to be going live on BackerKit tomorrow. So I'm just showing off a little bit of some of the new roll tables and things that I've added to the game. Doo-doo-doo. Yeah, so all of the taverns that I have listed here, these are all always just suggestions because it's always helpful to have some inspiration in your back pocket should you ever need it. So, Glittering Maw, the Crimson Puff Tavern, which is inspired a little bit from the very first time that I ran this game for people. So, two of my pro GM players, they were free and no one else was. And I said, hey, do you want to try out this new game that I'm writing? And this was literally 2 years ago. And so we played and experimented and shifted around some of the mechanics of it that made it work better. And I remembered that the tavern that I sent them to was everything toadstools. So I wanted to bring that back as a little homage in this new game, in this new version of the game, I should say. And then the Shimmery Shack, I'm trying to remember now who came up with the idea for it being bigger on the inside. I don't recall anymore, but it was very, very fun to write this one. And one of the things to keep in mind is that I am going to be expanding on these descriptions for the final product, and they're going to be going through the editing process and all of that jazz. So, and then the Barnyard Eatery was just a fun idea, I think. Welcome to the rum and stuff. We're all out of stuff. I like that. Yeah, so I have that. I have our NPCs. We talked about Jerry. And as you notice, I have pronouns and sexualities listed. And I'm just laughing at myself. He, him, seagull. I think I might just keep that because it entertains me. And I did indeed make a note of the cabbage cart. And then I have Agamemnon, Helena Ramesha, Vikrama Hadi, just a variety of people, just all different walks of life and things like that, or wings of life, gusts of wind of life. Anyway, uh, yeah. So I had the idea of, and I just randomly stuck this in here. So, random encounters, of course, are a really useful thing to have. I had started typing up something in locations, destinations, other. I have no idea where I was going with the word another. I just was. But yes, and then I have names and such for enemies, and here I was trying to type unclear, and I typed nuclear, and I might just keep it. We'll see. And yeah, so that is what I am working on at the moment. So for random encounters, merchant vessel at sea, um, oh, what's the word that I'm looking for? Contract of goods. Okay, you rolled a 2, so your enemy for this session is a fully armed, triumphant class nuclear submarine. Also, it's by. Yes. See, and this is the thing that I'm just writing to get the words out to start with because I personally find that extremely useful. And then from there, I expand on what my thoughts were. Like you can see, for example, that the Shimmering Shack is much more expansive than any of the others at present. It will be different in the final piece. I will be expanding on all of these to a degree. Might as well get the correct grammar there. So, merchant vessel at sea, they're heavily laden with their latest contract of goods, and you could help lighten that load. Let's see. And I feel like I should also do a storms or like weather conditions. See, this is the nice thing about having all of these various tables. It's very much a I have ADHD, so I can just pop back and forth between the various things and do what sounds interesting to me at the time. And I need no, styles. That's it. Heading. Nope, that's too big. There we go. Okay, I thought that you had written something else, Steep Squirrel. Let's see. Bright sunny day, too bright. I will build on that. I do be writing things. Sometimes they're not even jokes. Are they though? Mm. Sometimes, exactly. Now, one thing I should do, I should check my contract with Girls Write These Worlds about the Rainbow Revenge. I would love to have some ships as one of the roll tables here. And like I said, all of these roll tables, you can take them or leave them. They're always useful to have. And a lot of times what I do with roll tables is I will just look through them and find the thing that works best for me. Sometimes I'll have people roll things. And oh, I should do a treasures one too. Eh, there we go. Just getting letters down so I could do that. And I also have monsters. I'm just gonna copy paste this to make things easier. You are seeing my mind at work. So the logical one, becalmed no wind as a weather option. Ooh, yeah. So the calm after the storm that has left your ship stranded and more than a little bit lost. I'm checking to see where this is. There we go. Sorry, I just noticed that it was a little bit off on the screen. Um, there is no wind to puff up your sails. Becalmed is like the nautical term for no wind. Okay, cool. I'm trying to remember. I added your word becalmed, and then I didn't remember where I was going with that. I'm going to figure out how to use that becalmed in a sentence. I make notes for myself. Okay. Let's see. A buried treasure chest, because of course you have to have one. There are stereotypes for a reason. Now, why is this over here? Too far. And it doesn't like me. Nope, that bothers me. Excuse you, sir. You actually lined up. I don't think it is. There we go. I know that this is now off a little bit, but we're just going to ignore that. Okay. It's not going to be the formatting in the game in any case. It doesn't matter. Yes, I know dogs. They just both heaved a great sigh. So, buried treasure chest out on a reef. So there is a logic to this, don't worry. I should say near a reef. Let's see. Shipwreck for treasure, or maybe you find an abandoned ship adrift? Okay. I can do that. So I just made a note for myself. There's a watertight scroll in it requesting the aid of someone. Who doesn't love finding sunken Spanish doubloons? Exactly. SQ. I can't spell. Wow, that was a failure of spelling. So a shipwrecked ship is redundant. A shipwreck on a desolate island far from civilization. And I'll add more details to that later. Let's see. What other fun treasures? Some kind of a statue, maybe? Or figurine. A figurine the size of... I'm sure that there will be a better way to describe the size of it, but for now, the size of a forearm. Depicting a strange aquatic beast. All I can think of now is that bit from one of the Noise Boys game changers where like you pressed one to be cast upon the rocks. Yes, exactly. that none of you have ever seen before. Is it myth, legend, or real? Cloven crystal that seems to call out to the ocean. Ooh. Is this a direct reference to Critical Role, though? Because if so, probably not. Research or just wait until the plot dictates that the strange aquatic beast swallows your ship. Exactly. That's one of the really nice things about these smaller systems is that you can really let it be whatever you want it to be. So with when we did the playthrough of this, they they rolled the dice quite a bit. We didn't get to any combat, which is totally fine. But they got to use their swashbuckling for other things besides combat. And the way I have it in the game is that, HP is exceptionally low, but that's because it's more of a story-driven game than anything else. So you're solving things through your magic and through your found family and all of that, and fighting when necessary. Although that fighting might be strange seagulls who have decided to roost upon your head. Um, but yes, so really adapting to whatever it is you want to tell the story. And the really important thing that I don't think I touched upon in my chat with Michelle is that. If I can remember my thoughts. So, with the roll tables, there's mixed success, so success, mixed failure, and total failure, essentially. And so when you roll whatever it is you roll, if it is a mixed success or failure, the player describes how it is they fail. And that's one of the things that I pulled in from being a pro GM because my players tend to make things so much worse for themselves than I ever could. And it's a lot more collaborative, and you're telling the story together. And so that's one of the things that I really love about all of these different strange systems that I write and play and everything. There's more to the world than just stats. Let's see. Mm, this might belong in a different section the way that I'm describing it, but that's fine. This might be me pulling in a little bit of my I love psychological horror. So maybe this is a little bit too creepy, but I mean, there's so many awesome like psychological queer stories as well that, I think it's totally fine to have some creepy stuff too. Just slightly creepy, just a little bit. Even a perfectly intact preserved ship in the middle of an island. Ooh. I love that even more. I can do a shipwreck elsewhere, but And I have a Dahlia begging to be in my lap now. Hang on. I don't really need these. Let me just unbutton my tabard. Great cue for some fun environmental storytelling. Exactly. So, Dahlia has decided that she wants to be in the stream. Say hello, Dahlia. Hello, my darling. Have you decided that you want to snuggle? Is that what's up? Hang on, let me sit back a little bit. Please do not. There we go. Doggo. Hi, baby. Aw, you shaking a little bit? You're okay, baby. She's just like, Mother, I am chilly. I was given a bath, and now I'm cold. She's dry now, don't worry. Except for, like, this little bit right here. Oh my goodness, you're shedding so much. Hi, darling. Look at this puppy. The horrors she has seen. Yes, you can sleep. Here, you can sleep under me. It's fine. She'll decide what she wants to do. Okay, so I haven't given any thought to like descriptions of the enemies yet. I'm gonna hold off on that for now. And we love a good enemies to lovers trope, so those enemies don't have to be enemies. Hi, Rosie. Oh, have you realized as well? Hi, baby. You don't fit in my lap, sweetheart. Rosie is also demanding. Hi, honey. Hi. Yes, I'm giving you attention. Hello. Okay, so let's see. One more. Let's see. Oh, Rosie has left. She's going to sleep on the bed. Okay. And how about map? No, a journal. A journal written by a long lost pirate captain. Um, Isn't that what I wrote? Oh, no, it's this. Oh, it wants me to do a dash. Okay, I was confused by that. Let's see. She. Hi. Dahlia does this thing. Hang on. She tucks herself into whatever I'm wearing, but she realized that this is basically a vest. She's like, no, unacceptable. Oh, and I just realized you can't see what I've been writing. Journal written by a long lost pirate captain. She writes of a crystalline cave filled with wondrous gemstones and gold, ripe for the taking for anyone who is willing to brave the watery maze. Required to get there. The journal is slightly waterlogged and missing a couple of pages. So you get a little mystery there on what happened to this pirate captain. Why is her journal showing up? You have a fun little thing there that you can play with. Okay, I'm really happy with that. Hello. Hi, Dahlia. Hello, my baby. I think at this rate, I'm going to have to log off sooner rather than later just to appease the doggos. Okay. I'm going to get rid of the destinations aspect. I think locations is fine. Let's see. There is a burnt down high Rosie. uh what's the word I was looking for? Okay, deserted island, lush and filled with a bounty of fruit trees and placid animals. There's a burnt down abode that seems to have been abandoned fairly recently, and I'll expand upon that further. I don't know if a shipwreck would be considered a location. Could be a random encounter. So and my idea for these roll tables, except for the NPCs, enemies, and stuff like that, is that the way I'm going to describe them and write them for the finished piece is that they are going to be written in a way that the GM can just read them aloud if they choose to. So I'll be expanding significantly on them from there. Hang on, I'm just seeing that there's a message somewhere. Aw. Okay. Let's see. Maybe. I'll see if I jive with that or not. I might do something different. Okay, so we have a bright sunny day, we have a storm, we have the calm after a storm where it is way too quiet, no wind whatsoever. It is becalmed. And then oop, a blisteringly hot day that seems to drag on forever. And I'll build off of that. So let's see, we have the deserted island. Oh, I know where I was going with the another. I was going to say another ship. Although honestly, again, with the is it locations, is it random encounters? This sounds like another random encounter. And that one, it can be debatable if they're actually seeking aid or if they're just going to have a fight. Have a little option there. Seaside Castle, maybe? Um, dock, dock market. And then just getting some ideas jotted down, and then I'll go from there. And then the other location could be maybe like a pirate city, something like that. But I might be pulling from other sources that I shouldn't with that, maybe. Yeah, I shouldn't do that. Now that I'm thinking about it. Got another location for me? We have our deserted island. We have a seaside castle that I'll build on. We have a dock market, which could be at a location popular with pirates. And you know what? There are a number of sources that have pirate cities. I think that if I change the description enough to make it unique and make it my own, that's totally fine. I don't think pirate cities are like specific enough to be an issue. Yeah, exactly. Because I had thought about one because Awfully Queer Heroes in their pirate queens adventure, they have one. Nassau was literally a pirate city in real life. I had no idea. Okay. But then I thought, I remembered that Pirates of the Caribbean also has a pirate city to some degree. That's the one where Elizabeth Swann is pulling out far too many weapons from her clothing. So, Pirate City, and I'll decide on that from there. I think that just having something written down for each bullet point, at least for now, will be helpful. And I just noticed that those are all different. Excuse you, sirs, you do not belong there. I know that it's formatting that does not matter because this isn't going in the final book, but still. Let's see. So then various sea monsters. So I'm just like evil mermaids of some kind. The Kraken, which is always a fun one. And there's so many different ways to do a Kraken. My first introduction to a Kraken as a monster was, guess where? In Tamara Pierce's novels, with Reladane's Heresy. So you will meet the Kraken when you continue to read the quartet's Deep Squirrel. It's coming up. Ba, 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 ba. Some kind of anglerfish monster. I can type. I'll be naming these things as well. And then, what could the last one be? So not literally sparrows, but I was thinking about sparrows and how when it's just one of them, they're kind of uh, timid, flighty, want to get away. They're the bullied, but when they're in a flock, they are kind of bullies. Or thinking of like pixies in D&D, it's the same kind of thing. One pixie by themselves isn't going to do very much. They die very quickly. But if you have a swarm of them, they cause issues. So maybe, hang on, I'm gonna check to make sure that the word I'm thinking of is the correct one because now I'm thinking, yeah, that's an insect. Ugh. Nope. Nope, that creeped me out. Um, let's see, are they minnows? It'd be interesting to have like minnow-like creatures with teeth. Might be kind of fun. But also, they're minnows. If you're in a boat, they're not gonna get up to you. I'm having thoughts. I'm thinking about it. And that is okay, there's something on everything except for this one, this random encounter. So we have shipwreck, we have merchant vessel. I realize that these are all ships to some degree. So let's do. Oh yeah, sirens could be one. Well, mermaid sirens, kind of a similar vibe. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to hit the mic. And then I just wanted to add a military vessel. And I'll expand upon that. And I am actually, I know that this is not the full 2 hours, but I am actually going to head out now because the dogs are starting to get restless and I have to finish packing for my flight tomorrow morning. So thank you all for sticking around and watching. And don't forget that the BackerKit goes live tomorrow, less than 24 hours away. I will go ahead and pop that link in the chat again. Definitely hit that follow and you'll get a notification when it goes live. If you're within the first 48 hours of backing the project, you'll also get a signed copy of a print of the cover. It is A5 size, so that's like this size. I don't have the print next to me now. So if you do that, Phil and I live really close to each other now, so it's very easy for us to just have a little signing party, basically. Um, but let me just switch over from there. There we go. Yeah, so it'll be live through April 3rd. There's all different kinds of really awesome projects going on in Pocketopia, so definitely check them all out. I know that there are a couple others that I'm going to be backing as well. And I do have a whole bunch of really cool stretch goals and things like that, including more expansive NPCs, more artwork from Fail, a full module if we get high enough. So all different kinds of things that I have uh, cooking. Thank you all so much for sticking around and checking things out, and I'll see you around. Bye.